What's up everyone? It is Minimalist Monday, so we are back with yet another build. This time we are revisiting the puppy pack, and I think this is a pretty nice place for minimalist builds because a lot of pets are set up in such a way that you want to buy sell them. Basically all of the toy pets can be considered as such. You also have units like the buffalo, the llama, the shrimp and the owl and the robin, like lots of stuff you have that likes going 4 squadded, but we're going to take it a step further. We're going for a 3 squad this time around. And you can see actually the beginning of this run is not going as planned. We're going to lose twice, which means we are going to have one less heart for the rest of the game, which is kinda sad. Here we find a robin in the shop, but I didn't know what I wanted to do yet, and I didn't level up into an owl, so I decided not to take the robin just yet. Instead we are going to focus on getting a toy, which I actually do get. I get a level 2 as well into yet another pangolin. Actually a slight misplay, I just realized I should have probably combined first and then stack the one from the shop in order to get the level 2 balloon. Whatever the case though, it's a slight misplay, but a misplay nonetheless. Whatever the case though, we find a triple robin in shop, so we have an immediate level up, and the level up is into owl as well, so just a wonderful beginning to this run. We have to sell one of the units in order to make space for the nest and the mouse that is going to spawn out of the owl. We also get to peel a pangolin, so the robin is going to have lots of HP. So yeah, the build is coming together wonderfully for now. We are going to see the new nest in action as well, triggering the egg twice. Unfortunately we still lose and we are only on 3 hearts now, but I think we have a pretty good foundation for the rest of the run. Now all that we need to find is hopefully a buffalo. I don't really like running the llama, so I would prefer to have a buffalo instead. Here we are going to take a radio. I decided not to take the garlic press because that would mean we are erasing the egg from the nest, and I want to have the nest to have double efficiency, so we are going to end up with the radio here. Let's see how we do. Actually very interesting. Another weakness team, which kind of nullifies our build a little bit with the multiple eggs, but it doesn't matter, we win regardless. And we also find the level 3 robin on this turn, which also gets us a tar, which is very useful to have when you have a unit with 21 HP on turn 6 onto your team. So yeah, this is going to be super sweet. Unfortunately, once again we cannot put the tar in front of the robin because the nest is going to take the chili and we don't want that. Instead we'll just let the robin and the nest clear up the entire enemy team, and on this turn we are going to peel the tar onto the robin, sell the mouse after. I've done this mistake multiple times where I have sold the mouse first thing at the beginning of the turn and then I have erased all of the shop foods. But thankfully we do find a buffalo pretty early on, and we even get to scale it up a little bit using its ability. So yeah, we have the final build actually. This is what our team is going to look at the end of the day. But yeah, for now we are lacking the scaling, as you can see. And super unfortunate that many weakness teams are circulating in the meta, so basically this team hates seeing weakness because you don't have all that much HP and you would rather not fight that much. So I don't know how to properly put it into words, but just know that when a level 3 bat guarantees weakness on your entire team, it's a horrible thing. We don't want to have any weakness onto here. And once again we find some weakness user. This is Blammer even. And he ends up hitting both of our best units with the weakness, so we end up losing there. Doesn't really matter though, I think we'll be fine with the level 2 owl especially. Sadly we don't level into a dragon, which is what I would have wanted to see. puma and lionfish are not horrible, but neither of which can be used for this build, unfortunately. Instead we're going to try to find some levels, ideally on the buffalo, because I don't think we're getting a level up on the owl anytime soon. But for now, I think we are going to be strong enough. Unfortunately though, the egg has not been seeing great use. It's always either being removed by the weakness or it goes up against garlic, which both of these the nest really hates to see. Whatever the case though, we get a level 2 buffalo into a dragon, so this is the dream build right here. And I don't think I'm going to keep the dragon until the end of the match, but for now we are going to use it to scale up our team a little bit. With units like the dragon and the elephant seal, I usually really like getting them up to level 2 before starting to scale up massively, but this time I want to finish the game off early, so I will take the early stats and maybe not even bother getting a level 2 because the dragon is going to go at the end of the day. Here the nest finally clutches it up, the egg gets enough damage done to the tropical fish there that we actually get to trade with it evenly. And we are rolling a couple of tier 1, so that's great news. We are going to get some scaling. Maybe we can even get 2 triggers with the buffalo if we get lucky. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. I think the only way we can achieve that is by getting perhaps multiple chinchillas in the shop. Whatever the case though, I think the team is pretty decent. 27-25 with Melon on turn 11 is going to end up wiping entire enemy teams. Here we end up winning. We're actually pretty close to winning the entire game as well. We only need 4 more trophies. And when we keep rolling into tier 1 units like that, I think it's going to be pretty easy for us to get the wins that we need. Maybe on this turn, actually definitely on this turn, we are going to get to trigger the ability of the buffalo twice. So that means it got a +8/+8 only with its ability, excluding the dragon on this turn, which is super sweet. We also pick up a flashlight because some extra scaling is always nice to have. Here I think we're going to win just barely, yup. But I think we have to now reposition the team. I don't really want the buff from the flashlight to go onto the buffalo because that's going to get up to 50-50 pretty easily, maybe even at the end of this turn. So I think I'm going to put Robin first position, either Robin or the owl, neither of which really have to be in the first spot because it's not super optimal, but maybe the chili does some damage to the enemy team, who knows. Here I'm considering a puma for a second in order for the double flashlight effect to trigger, but I don't think I really need it. So instead we're going to just take the +1/+1 to the entire team instead. I really want the owl to receive some buff so that it's useful in fights. Yep, let's click and turn and hopefully we get to win this turn. The longer we drag this on, the harder it's going to be for us. Thankfully, here we ended up winning despite the hare copying our melon, which is super sweet. The Robin is almost at 50 HP, you love to see that, so maybe we'll start scaling up the owl now. Or maybe not just yet, maybe I want the Robin to get up to 50 attack. It's kinda crazy, I played this run like 10 to 15 minutes ago and I have already forgotten what I did, which is kinda wild how much my play can vary. Whatever the case though, we take the mongoose for the coconut toy. If we are going to win twice in a row, we won't even need to refresh the toy. So I'm hoping for that to happen. And yeah, we're going to make it a 4 squad again in order for the nest and the mouse to have some space to spawn. We actually end up rolling quite a bit of mongooses or mongeese or mongooses or whatever you want to call them, which is actually super useful. If we don't end up winning twice in a row, we can even refresh the coconut and even get it up to level 2. But I think we'll be fine. This should be the final round. I am getting some final scaling in. Maybe I get to reset the coconut as well, we shall see. skipping the toy definitely. Yep, we will reset the coconut, and hopefully we find one last tier 1 unit for that last bit of scaling. And if not, thankfully we do find it actually, but yeah, this is going to be the run. Yet another minimalist run played in the puppy pack. So I really hope you enjoyed this run. If you did, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.